thank everybody for being a part of this, because this is really something that's important. I will tell you my story of Young Life, but I just want to thank Ryan, Adams. Let's please put a round of applause. It's been awesome. I'm sitting over here, I'm enjoying this whole presentation, thinking, oh man, I gotta follow him. Thanks, Ryan. Appreciate that. They asked me to keep it short, so I will. A little bit about my history. I don't know if you looked at the program. I grew up in Greensboro, North Carolina. Grew up in a Christian family. We were at church every Sunday, involved during the week. My brother and I's favorite days were the day my folks had to prepare communion, and we got to drink all the extra Welch's grape juice. We didn't get it home because it was too much sugar. Didn't understand it then. I now have a 15-month-old daughter, which I completely understand, completely get it. Then, I play soccer now. I got really involved in soccer, and we began traveling every weekend. So I lost the contact, one of the C's they talked about tonight, with the church and with God. At the time, though, I believe that I was a little too young to understand the whole concept of God, to really appreciate what Jesus had done for us. So, I just wanted to show up at Sunday school and make a, little paper chicken and go home and show my parents. I think everything I heard was in one ear and out the other. I got to high school, and some of the new friends that I had met introduced me to Young Life. They said, you gotta go, it's a lot of fun, everybody goes. For me at the beginning, it was a complete social event. I wasn't prepared to listen and really understand the things that went on. I loved the singing, I loved hanging out with my friends, and that's about all I got out of it. Then my junior year in high school, I got to go to Frontier Ranch in Colorado. Seeing all these pictures, golly, it brought back a lot of awesome memories for me. And to listen to some of the kids tonight speak about their reflection time, I'm thinking to myself, man, they must know what I'm going to say, because they're saying the exact same things the way I felt. I got to Frontier Ranch, and all of a sudden, this feeling and this electricity that I had never felt in my life, and it was just this high. And the second night there, during our reflection time, I decided, I don't want this to only last a week. I want this to last for the rest of my life. And from then on, throughout high school, it was no longer a social thing for me. I didn't care whether this guy was going to be there, or this girl was going to be there that night. I went to listen to what my leaders had to say about God and Jesus Christ, and learn what I could. And then, the roller coaster for me, as I call it, continued. This time it was downhill. I went to college. As a lot of people can relate, college is full of temptation, and you can easily get off course, and I did. And played soccer. Thought I had everything going for me. Was drafted out of the University of North Carolina to play for the San Jose Earthquakes in Major League Soccer, and thought I had everything going for me. And then I decided that roller coaster ride stopped the day I met my wife. Kim, she's sitting right over there. The way she made me feel, started getting me going to church again. I realized all of a sudden that I had a platform to speak from that not a lot of people had. If you hear, let's say, to use a term from the previous presidential election, Joe the plumber walks up to you and says, you should have a life with Jesus Christ. It is awesome. And then you hear a professional athlete that you see every Saturday on TV come up and say the same thing to you. Who are you going to believe more? I finally realized over these last probably 3 or 4 years the advantage of that, and that I have something that I can share and that people will really understand and give some sort of credibility to that they wouldn't give to everybody else. And Young Life for me in my journey was something that brought back that contact at a point in my life where I really needed it. Had it not been for Young Life, the soccer, I started going down, getting away from Christ and church, and then in college, I would have kept going down. And I have no idea where I would have been had it not been for Young Life and that trip to Frontier Ranch. So I just want to say thank you to Young Life for providing me with such a fulfilling life that I can't imagine any other way. And I appreciate you guys having me here tonight, and I appreciate what you're doing for Young Life, because like was talked about earlier, Young Life wouldn't run without the committee, but the committee wouldn't run without what you guys provide. And we really appreciate it, so please give yourselves a round of applause.